So the Dodgers have placed Noah Syndergaard on the 15-day IL due to a blister on his right hand. Now, the blister seems to be the culprit when it comes to his last outing on Wednesday versus Cincinnati, where he gave up 6 earned runs, allowing 2 home runs in just 3 innings pitched. Now, this horrendous outing raised his ERA to 7.16. That's the highest in baseball among pitchers with at least 55 1/3 innings under the belt. Now, Dave Roberts said he felt that in addition to the blister, Syndergaard has really been in between when it comes to his mental part of the game, and he said he feels that Noah has not truly started to embrace the new Noah, as he put it. In other words, Roberts felt that Noah was first dead set on getting back to becoming a power pitcher, a guy who relies heavily on high velocity to manage his outs. Then he believes that Noah at some point throughout the season took a step back and tried to work on commanding the ball, trying to increase the movement on his pitches in order to get the outs. But Roberts said that Noah has seemed to go back to his old form and old ideology of power pitching, trying to get guys out with high heat and blowing them away. So at this point, they feel that Noah's struggles is more so mentally, and they feel that he doesn't have a true game plan when he goes out on the mound. Some days, he feels that he wants to nibble and try to be more cute with it, command really well, and other times, Roberts said he goes out there and he just has a mentality of I'm gonna blow everybody away, and when neither of those things work, that's when you get into trouble mentally for Noah Syndergaard. So with that being said, the Dodgers are sending Syndergaard back to LA for now, and he will stay in California during his time on the 15-day IL. Roberts said that IL stint is expected to exceed the minimum 15 days as of right now. Now, the Orioles were trying to avoid getting swept for the first time here this season, but the first few innings were not giving them any hope. A pair of singles from Miller and Singleton helped give the Brew Crew a 3-0 lead. Not to mention, the Crew's Colin Ray was solid as he worked 5 scoreless while striking out 8 versus Baltimore. However, the Crew's pen would relinquish the early lead as the O's started to swing the bat in the 7th after an Urias home run put them on the board. It was 3-1 Milwaukee. Then, an inning later, Baltimore took a 1-run lead after a Santander double and a Gunnar Henderson home run, making it 4-3. And finally, the Birds stretched their lead to 3 runs after an Adam Frazier double to right. This extra base hit would secure a 6-3 O's W. Now, before we go any further, guys, please consider checking out my brand new documentary on baseball's Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig. The documentary is entitled The Toughest Man in Sports. It covers Lou Gehrig's career in baseball, his trek to the top, and his eventual downfall due to ALS. Please consider sharing the video with your friends, family, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your dog, I don't care, share it. It's a really good documentary, so yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. Now, after Aaron Judge was placed on the 10-day IL with a contusion and a ligament strain in his big toe, following that amazing catch he made in LA to rob JD Martinez of a home run and at minimum extra bases, the Yankees' worst fears came to fruition as Nestor Cortes has officially been placed on the IL, the 15-day IL, with a left rotator cuff. Now, this IL stint is retroactive to June the 5th. Now, Cortes received a cortisone shot on Tuesday to begin the rehab process, and he will not throw for at least 10 days. That means he'll basically miss 2 starts, and he's probably lucky if he comes back and makes a start for the Yankees in the month of June. So like I said about 2 videos ago, when these Cortes concerns arose, I'd kind of be in panic mode if I was a Yankee fan right now, because now you officially have 3 of your original opening day starters on the IL. That being Cortes, Rodon, and Montas. They're all out. They're all out right now, and again, you're not doing any better when it comes to the record. The Rays aren't letting up, and Baltimore's doing a damn good job. They avoided a sweep against the Crew in Milwaukee. So the worst news, right, for the Yankee fans hearing Cortes will be out and miss at least 2 starts. You gotta hope that somehow the Yankees can find a way on the starting pitching front. In addition to the offense, thank God that Stanton and Donaldson are back, because if it was Stanton, Donaldson, Judge, and now Cortes out with Montas and, of course, Rodon, it'd be a fire show in New York. No pun intended with the smoke going out there in the Northeast. Now, speaking of Cortes, he kind of called out the Red Sox when asked about the state of the Yankees versus Red Sox rivalry. He said, quote, "It doesn't feel like what we had with Tampa now or Toronto. You could argue that the Red Sox haven't been who they really are the last couple years." Now, to me, I think he's correct in his assessment of the state of the Yankees and Red Sox rivalry. It's not what it used to be, mainly because the Red Sox are bad, but also because the Yankees aren't too hot right now. I mean, a rivalry is a rivalry when both teams are really, really good. And the Yankees aren't exactly on fire. The Red Sox are terrible, but I mean, I don't see the Yankees in first place right now. Again, he's correct, but I think it's kind of foolish to say at this point right now, considering the Yankees are in third place, 9 games back of the Rays, and only have 5 more wins than the team you're bashing in the Red Sox. So I think that was a little uncalled for by Cortes, but again, what are you gonna do? Now I gotta talk about the Reds' Elly De La Cruz. He's a third baseman, and he's had one hell of a start to his major league career. After just 3 days in the show, De La Cruz has the Reds' 2 hardest hit balls of the year, their longest home run of the year, and the fastest triple recorded in MLB this season. De La Cruz, his first MLB home run in his second career game, and it was an absolute moonshot. You've seen it by now, halfway up the bleachers in right field, almost cleared the bleachers, making it an out of the parker. It went 458 feet, left the bat at 114.8 miles an hour, and it's just insane. Now, not only does this guy have insane power, but the speed, the wheels on this guy is insane. As I just mentioned, he had the fastest triple of the year, as it only took him about like 10 seconds to get from home to third base on this triple he hit. And finally, let's just look at some just even wackier numbers, I guess you could say, that Cruz has done down on the farm. So La Cruz is a switch hitter, and he crushes the ball from both sides of the plate. And on May the 9th, he ripped a 116.6 mile an hour home run left-handed. And then he cracked a 117.1 mile an hour home run batting right-handed in the same game. These 2 insane feats made him the only player in the StatCast era, dating back to 2015, to hit the ball at 115 plus miles an hour from both sides of the plate in the same game, let alone it being just home runs. I mean, the home runs were a moot point considering how hard he hit these balls in the same game on both sides of the plate. And this guy kind of reminds me of another Cruz who plays in the NL Central, and of course I'm talking about O'Neal Cruz of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Both are over 6'5", they both have insane power, insane speed, and of course they play in the same division. Now I have to add just one more thing to this whole De La Cruz story. As you know, off to an insane start for the Reds, right? Insane power, insane speed, just jacked. But you know who he reminds me of? Aristides Aquino. Way back, remember him when he made his debut back in, I think it was like 2019? He reminds me of him because he's wearing the same number 44. Now hopefully for Cruz, it will turn out more favorable than it has for Aquino, who I believe is like playing somewhere in Japan or something. I think it may be Korea, actually. I don't know. Now, finally, I have an update on the Mets' Pete Alonso. As you know, he got hit in the hand with a 96 mile an hour fastball from Charlie Morton down in Atlanta. X-rays returned negative during the game. He is currently considered day-to-day according to Buck Showalter, so I guess that's good news. He looked okay in the dugout during the telecast. I was watching it. He was joking with Tommy Pham, who hit a pinch hit home run basically in his spot his first time up, so he's looking okay. That's good news for the Metropolitans. They need him desperately because they need to catch the Atlanta Braves in that division for sure. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts, and as always, I will catch you guys later.